Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news here. Rob Massey and Bobby Rossi. We're going to show you some footage here from our hard cam, which doesn't stop recording. Bobby, we're getting ready to do the main event.
Yeah.
And David Baker, we're going to show you here in this clip, jumped Manny Souza and just beat the holy hell out of Manny Souza. I tried to intervene. Jimmy got me out of the ring, actually. Later as you're seeing here, Tony P ended up getting power bombed. Not power bombed. Tony P ended up getting beat up. Manny Souza got power bombed. T Phoenix broke everything up. We had a meeting. T Phoenix has deputized JP Hansen to referee this last man standing match, and you can't see him on camera because we're all slid over here, but joining us here on commentary for this main event is Joe Corey, former broadcaster. He's actually our technical director. And
I wasn't anticipating this, Rob.
Yeah, Jimmy wasn't anticipating refereeing.
Always be ready to improvise.
I mean, Baker was pissed. You could see how pissed he was.
Yeah.
And, well, our main event is coming up next. We'll be right back. Just wanted to get that story to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you see the unbalanced Messiah, Christoper Dozer, along with Jonathan James Fear. Just to catch you up, like I said, Bob, you weren't here. It was November 23rd of 2013. The Christoper Dozer returned to the RWA. He knocked out JP Hansen. He knocked out T Phoenix. He knocked out Rob Massey and declared that his reality was coming to the RWA. And
I was actually present for that very
You were here for that night.
That was my last night here.
You were here for Dynasty, May 3rd, 2014, when that man knocked out a newly crowned Triple Crown champion in Kris Pyro. Pyro didn't even get a chance to enjoy the championship because Nick Marchand cashed in. And that's when Dozer unveiled that Pyro was the face of the RWA that he's been after. And ever since, it has been a path of destruction to this very moment.
In the middle of that path of destruction right now is Jimmy Hansen, who has been, like Rob Massey had mentioned, he has been commissioned to referee this matchup as David Baker laid both of our referees to waste right before. Really a fan favorite. The Heat himself, the reigning and defending RWA Triple Crown champion. He's laying it all out on the line tonight.
And finish out your timeline here now. July 12th, Chris Pyro defeated Chris Dozer in a no disqualification match right here at the Chop Shop. And as everybody remembers, Thanksgiving Throwdown, the unprecedented dog collar match. And again, Chris Pyro, it leads us all to tonight. This is the end. There is no tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if you would call this the end or maybe the beginning of a new chapter.
I don't think either one of them is going to be able to continue after tonight.
I do feel as though we do have the right man for the job, and handsome Jimmy Hansen.
This is very true.
Being a man who is who's well versed in the martial art of professional wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. This bout has been officially sanctioned by the RWA Board of Governors and its chairman, T. Phoenix. Your ringside officials for the evening, your timekeeper is Tony Petrangelo, and when the bell rings, the man in charge, RWA special guest referee, J.P. Hansen. We are sponsored tonight by BlueCotton.com, the official t-shirt provider of the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. Crystal Springs Water, Stallion Energy Drink, and off-the-cuff entertainment DJ services. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment RWA fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the Chop Shop in Providence, Rhode Island, it's showtime! This is a last man standing match for the RWA Triple Crown Championship. The only way to win this contest is to incapacitate your opponent to the point where he cannot answer a 10 count. Introducing first, the challenger, wrestling out of the corner to my right, wearing black and gold, accompanied by Jonathan James Spear, weighing in tonight at 235 pounds and standing 5 foot 10 inches tall, hailing from Chicago, Illinois. He is a former RWA television champion, the 2014 Thanksgiving Throwdown winner, the #1 contender, the unbalanced messiah, Christoper Dozer! His opponent, wrestling out of the corner to my left, wearing jungle camouflage. He stands 5 foot 7 inches tall and weighs in tonight at 175 pounds. He is a former RWA Hype champion, the 2014 RWA Wrestler of the Year, and the current reigning, defending RWA Triple Crown champion, the Heat, Kris Pyro!
It is the richest prize in the RWA. No time limits, no disqualifications, no countouts. The only way to win, gents, is to incapacitate your opponent, basically knock your opponent out for a standing 10 count. And Joe Corey, we have seen this develop over a year.
Yep. We were there together, Rob, at Dynasty when this all started.
Underway. These two men, this is not going to be a wrestling match. We saw what they did at the dog collar match at the Thanksgiving Throwdown.
You can see Dozer's not going to play games. He knows exactly what he's doing.
And Pyro, as we have pointed out, has not lost a singles match to Christoper Dozer.
I hate to correct you, Joe, but it seems as if he is starting things off with a few mind games.
Trust me, Jonathan James Spear at ringside. This is all part of Christoper Dozer's plan.
I think he's looking to throw Pyro off.
Exactly.
Catch him slipping.
Exactly. That's the point.
He's not going to get inside the fella's head. I'd say that much. Whoa.
Dozer exits the ring again, and he's calling a timeout. Pyro off the ropes. He's going to fly. Oh! Suicide dive to the outside.
He's going to make it happen. Not willing to take no for an answer. Pyro says this match is going to get started now.
Forearms back and forth. Pyro and Dozer. Pyro looking for that Death Valley driver. Dozer looking for the ugly truth, that right hand.
I'd be looking for a way home.
Dozer loading up and going forearm into the post.
That might end up coming into play. And ladies and gents, this is a last man standing matchup, which
Pyro's
means
got the chair, and he went right to the shoulder.
any kind of weapons can be brought in.
Pyro went right for the shoulder of Christoper Dozer instead of the head. A forearm right to the side of the head. Pyro wrapping up that right shoulder again. Going under the ring. Why do they keep so much crap under the ring?
Oh! You know what that is, Rob? That's taking that right hand out of the equation.
And that is a smart move considering how many lives Dozer has put at risk with that very right hand.
He's got a chain?
That's a kendo stick, a chain, a couple of chairs, a cheese grater. You wonder if the RWA was having a yard sale. All joking aside, Pyro is not messing around. We saw what level he took it to with the Thanksgiving Throwdown, and Dozer is staggered.
How many chairs are in the ring right now?
Looks like if I can do a rough count, I get 6, I got half a dozen, 7, I got 8 on the, if you count the 2 on the outside. And a kendo stick right to the back. This crowd strongly on the side of Chris Pyro. Shot right to the shoulders of Christoper Dozer. JP Hansen, I think he's the only person, no disrespect to Manny Souza or Tony P. Hansen's the only person that could control this match.
Or survive it, for that matter.
That's all you can hope to do in a match like this. Nobody's going to win.
If there is one man that could keep anything under control, it would be Jimmy. With what we've seen tonight,
I don't know.
I don't know if anything's under control.
Jimmy started to administer a 10 count, and Chris Pyro took a home run swing at the head of Jonathan James Spear. I mean, looking at it, it's a little bit like all your ex-girlfriends sitting together for this broadcast. Was all my former broadcast partners are somehow involved here tonight. Off the ropes and into the corner goes Chris Pyro. Dozer was passed by, and Pyro trying to send Dozer into the corner. He does. Dozer catches himself. Pyro head first into that chair. Outside the ring, and Pyro's down in front of us. Dozer down inside the ring.
The stipulations, or the lack of stipulations to this matchup, are already starting to weigh in quite heavily. The damage sustained by both wrestlers here, I'm telling you, it's going to make an impact down the line.
Dozer is up. Hansen is at 4. Both men were at 4. Pyro went head first into that chair and a shot right to the midsection. And Dozer grabs that shoulder again that Pyro was working on. That shoulder is injured. He's not going to be able to get all of the strength behind the ugly truth, that right hand of Christoper Dozer.
Well, what else, guys, since I've been out of the loop, what else could Dozer do to possibly finish off Chris Pyro if he doesn't have the hand of death there?
I mean, there's always the Dozer driver. We've seen him incorporate that belly-to-belly suplex.
You know,
how are you going to get a grip without the arm?
And
I don't know.
I think, quite honestly, Dozer just wants to inflict pain. And don't count out Jonathan James Spear on the outside.
I mean, that right there is the wild card of this match.
A man that, Rossi, last time you and I sat together, we made fun of when he was known as Charles Wolf, using that veil to get into the RWA.
Well, clearly he's been up to nothing but no.
Oh, my God! A kendo stick shot right to the point of the head. Oh, good God almighty.
That might be the end of this, Rob.
And Pyro is still somehow, he's in a sitting position.
And Chris Pyro is been busted open. And one of the worst things that can happen, Dozer's going to isolate that wound.
And notice, Dozer going in his forehead with his left hand.
Dozer goes after a kid in the crowd, and I think that kid needs to sit down.
Oh, man.
Jimmy's looking for gloves as Pyro is busted open. This is the second time that Dozer has opened up Chris Pyro. These two men hate each other so much that remember in the dog collar match, the chain broke. That's how hard they were hitting each other with and how much pain they were inflicting on each other. Nothing can contain these two. Pyro,
oh God,
the blood starting to come from the top of the head. You and I, Rossi, saw Dozer do some damage with a chain against a student body who, ironically enough, were in attendance here tonight. Now he's choking the life out of Chris Pyro. This crowd not liking what they see here.
They're starting to get a little squeamish. But you warned them. You warned them, Rob.
This is not for the faint of heart. We thought the referees getting hit was going to be the worst thing. Oh, dear God. Dozer's got a cheese grater. Pyro's head is not prosciutto. Oh, good. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That is not even sanitary.
Did he just lick it?
Dozer licked the cheese grater, which is drenched in Pyro's blood. He's got Pyro's blood all over his lips.
And I've got Hep C all over my suit.
Dozer choking the life out of Chris Pyro. And Pyro has been incapacitated pretty much since that kendo shot to the head. And Dozer still goes after that arm. Again, the right shoulder really affected by Chris Pyro. Look at the mangled chair in the left corner that Dozer now actually has in his hands.
I don't know if you guys saw it. Dozer clenching the fist, shaking the arm out, trying to get some blood back in there.
Pyro is on his 2 knees, and Dozer lays that chair under the throat. Oh, no. Oh, my God! Right into the jugular with that chair, and Pyro can barely breathe. Jimmy has the right to stop this match. It doesn't have to be technically a 10 count. If Jimmy feels this match needs to be stopped, he can protect the wrestler. Not often seen, and I don't think Jimmy's going to stop the match, but
he might tonight, Rob. I mean, you know, bigger picture here. We can't afford a lawsuit.
Forearm to Dozer, another forearm to Dozer, a third one to the unbalanced Messiah, and a drop kick sends him into the corner. Pyro sensing a little bit of life. I think he's going to fly into Dozer, who is seated. Dozer catches Pyro. Belly to belly, into the chair, into the corner. Oh my God in heaven.
You say this is the question about the belly to belly.
And both men are down. Jimmy is administering that standing 10 count once again. Pyro is moving, but his extremities are shaking. The nerve damage done. Dozer is at a knee, and look at Jonathan James Fear in the ear of Chris Pyro, and in the ear of Christoper Dozer, and Dozer's smiling. Dozer, I think, enjoys this.
I was about to say the same thing.
Reports where it took 7 stitches to close up his head after the dog collar match. Who knows what could happen here tonight? Dozer, once again, can't get the full force behind that. That forearm.
And who got hurt worse there? Pyro's shaken up, but Dozer took the pain.
God only knows what kind of damage he's actually sustained to that forearm. He could be working with a break here, guys.
Off the ropes goes Pyro. Dozer goes for a clothesline. Pyro was able to escape it and take Dozer down. Did you notice that he was going with the right arm clothesline? He couldn't get his arm across.
Yes.
Enziguri to the back of the head.
Opened himself up for a sling blade there from Pyro.
Pyro went for a crescent kick. Nobody home. Dozer spins out. Kick to the midsection. And is Dozer going to go for that pile driver? He does a spike pile driver to Chris Pyro.
Totally forgot he has that pile driver. You can see Dozer with his arm up. That's almost a reflex action.
I mean, we've seen it a lot when you watch MMA or stuff like that. That when you have a damaged limb, that your limb ends up, your arm could end up quivering or moving uncontrollably. It just to try to heal itself. Jimmy's up to 6. Pyro is on a knee. Looks like he's still being counted down. Jimmy has to assume that Pyro is able to fight. He's up to 2 feet and taken right down. I think that was that ugly truth that hit Pyro.
I don't think he got all of it, though.
I would say, though, that Pyro right now, no pun intended, appears to be on the ropes. This is not a good showing on behalf of the Heat.
Pyro is rolling over. He still cannot get up to a vertical base. Jimmy is up to 4, and his count very deliberate.
Yeah, for both men.
This crowd, sellout crowd here at the Chop Shop, trying to get behind Chris Pyro. Dozer is lining up for that ugly truth again, I think. Hits it again. And Pyro sent down, but Dozer doesn't have all the strength in his right arm.
Clearly not. I've seen that ugly truth just completely destroy the face of his adversaries. Pyro's got a life in him.
You saw Dozer's face when Pyro started getting back up again.
Absolutely. And I see him clenching that fist.
Is it out of pain or is it out of frustration? That's the question.
Little A, little B.
Dozer has Pyro up and another right hand. And again, you see how it affects Chris Dozer. Wait, what the hell does Fear have? Fear's got handcuffs. JJ Fear has handcuffs.
This is one instance where James J. Fair should leave his personal interests outside of
what
the wrestling
scene.
Scene.
They're handcuffing Chris Pyro. Technically it's legal. They're handcuffing Chris Pyro with police issue handcuffs.
Did you just see the sick smile on Christoper Dozer's face?
And Fear has the keys. JJ Fear has the keys. And another shot to Chris Pyro. This is uncontrollable. I mean, the last time we saw this in it was actually an I Quit match, but this is reminiscent of Mick Foley and The Rock.
This is very true.
Fear is getting in the face of JP Hansen, and that is definitely not something that he should do. And Dozer trying to crack at the neck, and now another right hand to Pyro spin the face of Kris Dozer, another right hand, and down goes Pyro.
You have to wonder if after multiple punches, you're starting to get feeling back in that fist.
Pyro is trying to get himself back up to a vertical base. The shoulder injury to Kris Dozer is really effective. Pyro spits in the face of James J. Fear. A right hand almost took out Jonathan James Fear. And Pyro a super kick. A super kick right to JJ Fear and one to Christopher Dozer.
You see the keys on the apron.
The keys are there. He kicked the keys out of the apron, out of the hands of Jonathan James Fear.
I don't even think Fear realizes that hasn't happened.
Pyro escaped the handcuffs. And he sees the keys. Pyro's got the keys. And he's begging Jimmy Hansen to unlock the handcuffs. He's begging Hansen to unlock the handcuffs.
I don't think this is the first time that Chris Pyro's been uncuffed.
No, he's certainly not, but this is the first time he's ever been cuffed up in a wrestling ring.
And, oh my God, what a shot! What a shot to JJ Fear! He's had that coming for months!
Who would have thought after all this time that Chris Pyro would be the man on his feet right now in control?
Not me. Not in the least bit.
Forget second wind. Pyro's on about his fifth wind right now. The cuffs coming off, maybe sending adrenaline through. What the hell is in the... He's got a satchel.
Not quite sure how that's going to inflict any sort of pain, but...
I mean, maybe it has like Nux or something in it.
Nux?
And
wait a minute.
Oh
my God.
We've got thumbtacks on the canvas, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. Well, I said this wasn't going to be for the faint of heart. I also made a reference to one of the more brutal I Quit matches at the Mothership, and I guess they heard me.
I guess so.
Pyro lines Dozer up in the corner right here in front of us. Dozer's going up to the second rope.
Pyro came and muster him up there.
Pyro, look at the strength to get Dozer up to the top turnbuckle.
Oh, God.
What the hell is Pyro thinking? Pyro has Dozer angled, and he's going for... Oh! Dozer blocked it! Dozer blocked it! Pyro into the thumbtacks! Dozer powerbomb Chris Pyro into the thumbtacks! They're literally sticking out of his skin!
Oh, my God.
Pyro's going for a Hurricane Run and sent Dozer's head into those thumbtacks, and Pyro's the one that basically ate the thumbtacks. This crowd trying to get behind Chris Pyro here tonight. And Dozer, well, this is just another section of his playroom with all these thumbtacks.
Look at that.
The sadistic smile on the face of Christopher Dozer.
This is not the man that had debuted in the RWA nearly 4 years ago.
Not in the least bit. It's amazing how much can change in the course of 1 year.
Pyro can barely get up. Dozer was at 6. Well, Jimmy was at 6. Pyro.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Not another one.
Not again.
Not another one.
Is it really? Does it have to come to this?
Is it going to be a pile driver, or is it going to be a pile? Nope. He's going for that spike pile driver. Pyro blocks it.
Oh,
and
no!
Oh, my God! Into the thumbtacks! The bad shoulder in the back into the thumbtacks. Pyro climbing to the top rope. The double stomp back into the tacks.
Oh, God.
That could do it.
If that doesn't break the clavicle of one Christopher Dozer, nothing else will.
Listen to this sellout crowd. Jimmy's up to 3. Dozer has not moved since the double stomp. Pyro needs to get himself up to a vertical base. He's crawling on the far side. Hansen is up to 5. Dozer is just starting to stir. Jonathan James Fear down on the outside of the ring. He is starting to stir now. Hansen is up to 6. We're up to 7 now. Dozer has still barely gotten up. We're at 8. Hansen has not stopped the count. Dozer is back up to his feet.
Oh, God, they're all stuck in his back.
Oh, shot to the midsection. Chair right into the tax, into the back.
No amount of body hair can protect you from that.
Another chair shot. Oh, my God.
Digging him in more.
I kind of wish we had the old Sensor X from the mothership, folks. This is how bad it's looking here. Pyro is calling for another chair. Pyro's got adrenaline running through the veins. I don't see how he doesn't feel those tacks in his back shoulder. He has been busted open. He has tacks in him, and he's still standing.
He's making a table out of chairs.
Crazier things have been done, Joe Corey. I think he's going to send Chris Dozer through it.
Pyro is lining up Dozer on the far side of the ring. Pyro's trying to is going to try for he's going to try for that. I originally thought it was going to be a Hurricane Rana. Pyro's going to bulldog Dozer through that table. Oh, Dozer caught Chris Pyro with a right hand. Pyro staggers. He's on the second rope.
Oh my God!
Dozer.
You see the look in his eyes?
Wait a minute. Dozer's setting up. Dozer. Oh my God!
That's got to be it.
Dozer driver through the chairs.
I don't think either man can possibly get up from that.
Hansen is ministering a 10 count.
Blood, sweat, and tears and every other bodily fluid has been put onto the line tonight. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. At what cost?
Jonathan James Fair just crawled over to Dozer. He's pleading for Dozer to get to his feet.
Jimmy is at 4 in the ring. Neither man has moved, really. Pyro has not moved since going through those chairs. Jimmy's at 6. Dozer starting to stir.
Pyro's not moving.
We're at 7. Dozer needs to get up to a vertical base. Pyro has not moved. Pyro starts to stir at 7. Dozer at a knee. Hansen does not acknowledge that either man is standing. Dozer now back up to his feet. Hansen at 8. He is at 9.
Oh my God.
Pyro is at the second rope. Pyro's been counted out.
We have a new champion, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the contest and new RWA Triple Crown champion, your unbalanced messiah, Christoper Dozer.
Love him, hate him, or anything in between, ladies and gentlemen, the unbalanced Messiah, Christoper Dozer, is your new Triple Crown champion.
A match that will go down in RWA history. The Dozer era has begun, and God help the RWA. Chris Dozer has done the unthinkable. He has stopped Chris Pyro, but at what cost?
Guys, I knew when I received the invite to Elite Status that I was going to witness something supernatural even, but I did
spit out attack.
Goodness gracious.
Oh
I got to say, I'm glad I'm not around full time. I can only imagine the kind of carnage this beast is going to unleash upon Renegade.
What does this mean for the RWA? We won't find out. Jonathan James Spear promised it on Twitter. Dozer's been promising it for months. The Dozer era has begun. God help us all. From the Chop Shop, good night, everybody.